Good morning. We are live. We are live, and today we are going to talk about how to work from home. Are we late? Are we late to the party? We've actually been talking about this for a while, long before COVID, long before a lot of people were working from home. We were working from home. Readers have been working from home for decades. So I thought I'd give you some tips in case you haven't seen an episode where we talk about this, because it is a big deal, and it is a way that you can do whatever you want with your pajamas. Turn off the dinging. So yeah, how do you work from home? We actually have a masterclass coming up, hollywoodgatekeepers.net/masterclass, and you can join us. Let me put that up on the dealio. You can join us, and we will talk about being a reader and all of the details that go into being a reader. And so join us there, and I will stay as long as it takes to answer all of your questions. When you are in the masterclass, we actually give you lots of free presents. If you arrive early, you get access to a very special gift for all of the early birds. So, and then when you're in there, one of the things that you'll get is a handout or a guide on how to work from home, so that you can post it up on your wall and you can follow the steps. And when you're kind of like not sure what to do, it can just be a little bit of a centering thing for you. So I'm just going to cover really quickly all of the things that you can do to work from home to make it an easier transition if this is something that's new for you. Now, some of you have now been doing it for a little while, but I think every day more and more people. Some people say, unfortunately, I'm working from home. In my opinion, it opens up as difficult as the transition is, and believe me, I totally get it, how difficult that transition can be. It also is an amazing opportunity. And I have a feeling, I have a prediction, let me get my crystal ball. I have a prediction that when things do, I don't know that they'll ever go back to the way they were, but I think a lot of people will be like, I don't want to do that anymore. I hated that. I'm finding a new path right now. And this is kind of cool. And it takes some chutzpah, it takes some energy, it takes some belief, some faith, all of that. But it also can open you up. And we're going to talk a lot about that. We talk about that in the masterclass for sure, because we find that a lot of people that want to be readers are in that place. They're in a place of transition, or what I call reinvention. And that's how I found being a reader. I was in a car accident, needed to find something new, and found being a reader. And so this job is that thing, is the potential door to the thing that, so many things. And we've been talking about that all week. We talk about that in a big way in the masterclass, about all of the doors that can open when you have the skill of being a reader. So in order to do that job as a reader, and many jobs these days, what are some of the ways where you can be productive from home? Because it's difficult. I can't tell you, it's so interesting. So like my brother worked a regular job for years and years and years. And I've always pretty much, as a reader, I've always been working on my own schedule. I would be as a performer, you work the set schedule, or, in films, you're working a schedule based on the movie. But as that thing ended, I was like, while the minute a show opens or production starts, part of my time is spent looking for the next thing, because I know that's not going to last forever. So that is a mindset that you learn as someone who runs your own business, or as someone who is an artist. You typically learn the mindset of looking for opportunity, actively looking for opportunity. And he had a regular job. And so he would constantly say things to me like, so what are you doing today? Sleeping in? And I'd be like, no, it's never that. Just because I don't have to get up at the crack of dawn to go get to my job doesn't mean I'm not getting up at the crack of dawn. I'm getting up, and making that long commute from my bedroom into the wherever you're doing it, your living room or your kitchen, whatever it might be. Or if you have an office at home, even better, shut that door. But it's like, no, you have to pick yourself up and get yourself there. No one is going to fire you if you don't show up. So, and lately, he's been working from home. He's had a transition, and he's been like, this is so hard. And so he calls me a lot. It's so great. And we just kind of, I've been, I was like, yeah, welcome to my world. So that transition can be very difficult as you try to figure out how to maneuver from working a regular job into working from home. And that transition always exists. exists for readers. And so this is something that we actually include in our programs, where we have a time tracker where you track yourself. I have Map Out Monday where you like figure out your tasks for the week. Like, how can you hold yourself accountable? I have tools in place to help you do that, because it's not easy. So I'm not pretending like, oh yeah, it's, it is that, like, it is like so great, because you can say, oh, I'm going to, I'll do that this day because on this day I want to go hiking or whatever. That's the beauty of it. But the downside of it is if you don't organize yourself and then you're a hamster on a wheel and you're trying to get everything done, and it's not possible because you're just trying to figure out how to get through the day. So a couple of tips that I have for you if you want to try to work from home. Oh, wait, I'm missing your chat. Sorry. Good morning. Oh, hey, Doug. Creating a space, a workspace, nice little cozy workspace with my cat book. And like, I have this set up so I can slide in. And there's some days where we've joked in homeroom that it's sliding in, big problem, but I'm here. So, but I have this space set up so I can just walk from, I'm in an Airbnb right now. First thing I did when I got here was, okay, where's the workspace going to be? And I tried a bunch of different ways, and I looked at different walls and backgrounds for the videos, and it was like, okay, and I figured it out. So I have this workspace when I'm doing live videos. I have a little bit of a different workspace when I'm just working. So it works out. So find that space. It makes such a huge difference, because then the thing that you want to get to when you work for yourself is the less decisions you need to make in the moment, the better. It sounds sort of ridiculous, I know. But even I write down what I'm going to eat the next day, the day before. I know it sounds crazy, right? But then I don't spend any time. I'm not the, Glenn Close in The Big Chill. Such a good moment in The Big Chill where she's leaning on the refrigerator with the door open while everybody's walking around her. So it's like, but I don't have those moments. I know what's going to happen next. And that structure is freeing. It might seem sort of, wait, I'm a creative, I go with the flow. But by putting that structure in place, then my creativity and go with the flow is on the page, not in what am I going to eat. I want to save that go with the flow creativity for when I'm at the desktop. That's where I want that creative thing to kick in. So I try to make decisions ahead of time. I have lots of people that have online businesses. I have, when we do MasterClasses, we have several MasterClasses. When I do those, I don't typically do this, only partly because I'm in an Airbnb. I got stuck during COVID, so I don't have much wardrobe with me, which makes it very easy to choose what to wear. But I have friends who know that they're going to be doing these things. They lay out their wardrobe for every single one ahead of time, so that morning they can be focused on serving. I can be focused on what I'm going to share with you. I can be focused on the handout that we're creating. I can be focused on what you need and not what am I going to wear. So setting up those kind of creative space, setting up your, what you want to eat that day, what your exercise is going to be and when you're going to do it, like really kind of mapping things out ahead of time will really make your life easier and less stressful in the moment. And then actually setting a schedule for yourself. I have a system we call Map Out Monday, and we teach this, how to do this. And it's like how you can map out your week, and then you calendar your tasks into certain areas, and then you tell your family or work it out with your family ahead of time. You can work with them to say, what is a good time for me to be working? And then the hardest part is following through, putting your butt in the chair at that time for your family as well. You can put a note. If you're in an open area, put it on your back of your chair. This is my office space. Set up a little, you could set up a blanket fort. It doesn't matter. It's just about, this is, when the red blanket's up, don't bother me, like whatever it might be. And you could show your children, if you are homeschooling or your kids are distance learning, these techniques could really help them as well. That they know when this little divider goes up, you're in school now, honey. And that means that you have to sit, and we're going to, that's what that means. And when we put it down, it's recess. So that they can get some structure to what this is, and they can understand that when we're doing this thing, because it's very distracting when you're home because the laundry is there, and I could just those dishes, and I'm just going to step up and do those right now. Like, it can be very distracting, but you have to remember, you have to kind of pace yourself that if you were at work right now, you would not be doing your laundry, you would not be doing your dishes. You are at work right now. So really, it's a total mind, it's totally in your mind. You can put autoresponders on your emails so that you're only getting emails. People know I answer emails from this time to this time, so that you know if I get in there right now, that's when these emails will be. And so you know that that's what you've structured it to be. We also give you a tool in the MasterClass called Eisenhower's Box that will help you kind of designate where you should do your tasks. And then actually getting a buddy to log in with you and work with you. I have several groups right now that are doing this, where we have Cameron's work party, and that's another person who does an online business. And so we just dive in, and that's from I go 3:45 because I have I teach inside of our insider track at 4. So, and this is all Eastern time for me, but so 2 to 3:45, I know that I'm in there just working. We just say, what are you working on? What are you all working on? And we work together. We have homeroom every single morning. I will leave this in just a few minutes, looking at my clock, to go to homeroom. And then in homeroom, we say, hey, what are you working on? We have this for you set up. You're welcome to join. Come on into homeroom, hollywoodgatekeepers.net/homeroom. And we just work together for 15 minutes quietly. It's awesome. We're seeing things happen. People are sharing what their projects are. We're seeing as people get jobs, as people finish their courses in the screen reader program, as people work on certain things. We share links in there. Oh, I heard this. I thought of you because I know you're looking for a job right now. And someone shares a link. It's so great. I'm literally talking 3 minutes of conversation, very little. And then we set the timer. Ready, set, mute. That's what we say every morning. And then we just work together. And so like today, most likely, today I will be doing an Instagram live during homeroom. So I turn off my microphone, so I'm not bothering anyone. I set up my camera over here and I do my Instagram live. And then I turn it off and I come back to homeroom, and then we unmute and we stretch and we do a little dance break and we start our day. And just that is life-changing. And so many people are like, thank you for getting me out of bed today. Thank you for getting me in here so I can get my day started. Some people sit and journal the whole time. Some people plan their day. But it's getting people on track, and I'm seeing it. It's so exciting. So if you don't want to do it with us, I don't know why you wouldn't, because it's people, obviously, if you're in here, you have this mindset. But if you don't want to do it there, do it with someone, do it with your best buddy, whatever. I also have another in another mastermind I'm in, we just message each other and say, hey, I'm working right now if anyone wants to join me. And so we don't even I'll just start working and I'll turn the Zoom session on, and then someone will come in and we just wave at each other. We don't even say anything because we know we're not here to chat, we're here to work. And just that accountability, it is life-changing. And these are the kinds of tools that we have now, which is so spectacular. So the ability to do whatever you want is right at your fingertips now in such a huge way. So it's just keeping that accountability and setting that time. And also the same goes at the end of the day. Figure it out so that you actually close it down. I have a friend that says she made a pact with herself that she would stop taking her laptop into her bedroom, that at the end of the day, she's going to shut the laptop down. She's going to create this designated space that we talk about. So I leave everything at the designated space and I leave it and go do something else. So it's make sure, because that is a trap as well, because you can work whenever you want. Sometimes you work 24/7. I have a friend that says, yeah, be an entrepreneur and you can choose which 20 days of the day you want to work. I do not believe in that. I believe the idea behind it is for freedom. So you can have security and freedom, not so you can become a workaholic and work 24/7. So it does take a lot of discipline, but the more you surround yourself with other people that are doing the same thing, the easier it gets. And then make sure that you schedule in your self-care, just like I talked about with eating. Make sure you schedule in your sleep. I actually have sleep on my calendar because I get inspired sometimes, and I'm a night out anyway. So the East Coast is working well for me because I can do morning sessions and it still is not quite the same as being on the West Coast. But I tend to work late, but I know that. So I set my schedule that way. So I set my schedule to start a little bit later because I know I'm going to work late because that's kind of who I am. So set it around who you are, but stick to it and make sure that you reward yourself with breaks. Make sure that we teach in our finished program, we have a thing called the look method, and that is looking at your schedule. It's wake up and write. It gets you on a schedule and shows you how to make breaks in your day, really mapping out what to do so that it really does double your productivity if you go through this program. It's unbelievable, and implement it. That's the key. So the most important thing in all of this is playtime, making sure that you have playtime. And to me, some of this is playtime. You know, we have fun in our Insider Track sessions. We have so much fun in there. And now we've added Star Wagon sessions that we call them. And that's because on the set, everyone hangs out in the Star Wagon. Those are the trailers that the actors use in costumes or whatever, makeup, you know, they're on these little trailers. And so we have Star Wagon sessions where we just, you know, I come up with some topic and then we all break into breakout rooms in Zoom. But it's a Star Wagon session to get to know each other. We hang out. It's awesome. So you can create any of this. I'm not like some special snowflake. I just think of things and then we do them. So you can do this too. And this ability to work from home is such the platform for readers. And I've been working from home for decades. Like this has been readers work from home. And that used to be, it was so funny up until this year, that was one of the things we had to convince people that it's a thing. Like a lot of people are like, nah, that work from home thing, that's just, but now people are obviously far more hip to it. Even if they're not doing it, they know someone who is. Everyone pretty much knows someone who is, you know, figuring it out. I spent most of March and April teaching my friends and family how to use Zoom. I still do that to some degree. Like that is, you know, and I had a lot of people that used to say like, I don't know about all that. And they're like, how do you do that? So it is like, it's been a massive movement. I liken it to the 20s and the Industrial Revolution in terms of, you know, lifestyle change. One of the biggest lifestyle changes we have gone through as a society. And we're in it. We're in the flux of it. It can be painful and messy and struggles and frustrating and overwhelming and all of that. Because the butterfly, we were caterpillars in our old job. Right now, we're kind of in a chrysalis. Did you know that? That caterpillars ingest themselves. We are caterpillar soup right now, caterpillar goo, and we're working it out because on the other side of that is the butterfly. And we're going to step into this new ability to work from home and to seize the day, create an opportunity, and just soar as a butterfly from there. It's absolutely possible. We've been doing it forever. Join us in the masterclass. We will show you more about how to be a reader. HollywoodGatekeepers.net/masterclass. I will be there live answering all your questions. It's going to be great. So sign up. We will see you there. And I will be back. The first masterclass is tomorrow. So depending on when you're watching this. If you're watching this and you log in, it'll tell you when the next masterclass is. Because people know you said it was tomorrow. And they're watching this in 2025. So definitely check out the link and it will tell you where to go next. All right, you guys have a great day and we will see you in the masterclass. Talk to you soon. Bye. I'm never leaving. Close.